How's it going, guys? It is Kyle and we are back for another vlog, and today we're going to be talking about tasters, and we are touching on units 1 and 2, right? So I'm not going to go through every single page. Why? Because there's 66 of them and it's going to take a long time. But we're going to go through most of it, and I'm going to give you some tips, tricks, and helpful hints about how to actually teach them, right? So let's get straight into it. Perfect. So the very first thing, before we even click on the actual taster, what we should do is open up our Picaro Taster Guide. And basically, it's the thing that's on the screen right now. Let's make it a tad bit bigger. There we go. And basically what it tells you is it gives you the Picaro units 1 and 2. Obviously, that's what we're going through now. And it tells us the slide number with the actual topic that it will or you'll be teaching, right? So what that does is if you need to go from say hello all the way to animals, it stops that whole unprofessional click, 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 click. Ooh, there we go. Perfect, right? It just makes it look unprofessional. So what we do instead is just type in the number. Animals 33. Perfect. Type it in, hit enter. Now we're on that topic. And it lets us jump around as much as possible, right? Or in the best possible way, I should say. We shouldn't be jumping more than twice per taster. Now, why should we actually jump? Well, one, the Brady's a little bit too smart and he needs a little bit more of a challenge, so we make it a little bit more difficult by going to something further on in the taster. Or he started off at this level and he isn't quite there yet. He needs something a little bit more straightforward, less complicated, so we drop it down to say, for example, colors or say hello. So to stop that whole backwards and forwards tug of war type thing, all we need to do is type in the actual number. Now, what I generally do is have it minimized right next to my screen. So then it's a case of me going Alt Enter and I hit the taster, and then I'll go, ooh, wow, this is a little bit too easy. Almost said early, right? And I can go Alt Enter and it pops up again. Ooh, my bad. I don't mean Alt Enter. I mean Alt Tab, right? Alt Tab, and it pops up and takes it away. And it's right there, so it doesn't look like I'm looking anywhere other than the actual screen, right? So the very first thing, like I said, before you even get to the taster, open your taster guide, get familiar with the actual page numbers, or get familiar with teaching and looking and seeing that page number without you taking your eye off the prize, right? So let's get straight into the actual taster. Perfect. So we've got our taster guide up and running. We know where everything is. We get into the taster, and the very first thing is saying hello. We're going to work from 1 all the way up to 2. So I generally start off every single taster the exact same way. Why? Because it gives me a feeling, or gives me a gauge of where they actually are and what I should actually start with. Or if I should think of going to something a little bit more difficult, or bringing it back down to something a little bit more easier. And those questions are, hello, my name's Kyle. What's your name? Right? Getting them to tell you their name. How old? Oh, let's do this. So, what's your name? How old are you? And how are you doing today? Happy, sad, fine, okay, good, great, whatever the case is. And if they get those questions amazing, well, I'll pop in an extra fourth, right? And that's basically will be, what did you do today? Now, I'm not expecting them to answer it, so if they do answer it, it's awesome, and I'll generally know I'm going to skip the first section, right? But if they can't, then, well, they can't, right? Like I said, it's just a bonus question. Now, the very first part, specifically if they said the first, or they answered the first 4 questions, or even the first 3, I'll generally use the first topic as a reading activity. I almost forgot the word, but let's move on swiftly. A reading activity. And now what I mean by that is we'll go, well, today we are going to work on saying hello. And I'll highlight it with a little square block, right? And then I'll move on to the next one. And then I'll get them to start reading immediately. Now, here's the thing. It's not important if they can read or if they can't read, okay? I want them to start recognizing words, and I want them to start speaking as much as they possibly can. So if they can read it, can you read this? And then I'll highlight it for them. And I'll give it a 2 or 3 seconds, just so they can grasp what I want them to do and actually produce what I want them to produce, right? And if they can't, well, I'll go, hello, can you say hello. And if they answered the first questions, well, they'll get it almost immediately, right? If they can't, go in a little bit more detail. And like I said, I'll stick to a reading activity right now. So then I'll go to the next one. Bam. My name is Anne. Can you read that for me, right? Get them to read it. If they can't read it, I'll read it to them and get them to repeat. Again, it's about getting them to talk as much as you possibly can. And then, again, if they're getting this amazingly, right, what I'll add on is a little bit of an extension right now. This is Anne, and I'll highlight it. Bam, bam. And then I'll go, can you say hello to Anne? Hello, Anne. And then see what they do. Get them to speak right. Or get them to speak immediately, not get them to speak, right? So, hello, Anne. And then as soon as I've done that, I'll kind of go, and then start talking about the rest of the picture. What is this? Is it a banana? Oh, is it an apple? Yeah. Generally, they get bananas and apples right almost instantly, okay? And then again, because I kind of gauge the first couple of seconds, I know exactly where I'm going. I'm skipping into colors, right, into the next section. So then I'll start just giving that an extra boost. What color is this? What color is that? What color is this? And I'll start gauging again, right? So once I've done that, bam, immediately go to the next one. What's your name? And get them to repeat that name again in a full sentence. Now, when they ask, or when I ask the question, they might not have said it in a full sentence. Again, at the beginning, well, I'm not too stressed, right? Because I know for a fact right now, I'm going to pump those full questions immediately. So, what's your name? John. Can you say that in a full sentence or full sentence? My name is John. Can you repeat for me? Or I'll go, my name is Kyle. What's your name? And I'll mime it to them, and then eventually they'll get it right. So this is where I'll start pumping in full sentences. And again, if they can get it by now, I'll kind of go, we need some colors. We need the next section. Bam! It's up. And I'll go, 14 colors. Let's do something a little bit more difficult and then start working on the colors, okay? Now, before we get to the colors, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to, what page was I on? Was it 5? There we go. Perfect. What's your name? Back to 5. Memory skills. That was with pure luck that I got that. So, bringing it back to this point over here, as I'll go, well, my name is bam, and then I'll get them to repeat it, fill in the missing name. And then we'll carry on going to, how are you? Happy, sad, okay, fine. I'll settle for anything. And the way that I teach this is I generally go, highlight Draco. Is Draco happy or sad or angry? And then I'll see if they can pick up on those. And they might go happy, or Draco is happy, or Draco happy. Okay, again, it doesn't make too much of a difference right now. I want them to get those emotions. If they can't, what I'll do is, bam, let me grab these, and my happy one. Wow. Is Draco happy? And they'll say happy or yes. And I'll go, perfect. Can you repeat the full sentence? Draco is happy. And then I'll know when I click to the next one, it'll say I'm fine. And then I'll go, perfect. Draco's happy. He is fine. Can you repeat I'm fine and you? And then again, I'll go through the exact same thing. What about Anne? Is Anne happy? Sad? I might add an extra one. Is she angry? And then they'll answer. And then we'll go, perfect. Anne is fine, thanks. She's happy. And now they associate with happy and fine, and they kind of put it together. Well, that's a feeling. Perfect. And then I'll go even further, right? If I haven't gone to the colors yet, what I'll do is I'll extend a little bit. Bam. What color is Draco? What is Draco eating? What is Draco holding? What kind of fruit is this? Do you know what this is? What animal is that? What do you like? What fruit do you like to eat? What animal do you like? And then I'll start extending it on as much as I possibly can. Now, here's the thing. If they aren't at that level, okay, you can't bump them up the colors. They're not grasping what you're throwing out right now. It means you got to make it a lot less complicated, okay? Now, what do we do with that? Well, purely just, let's go back to the beginning quick. Bam. There we go. So we got a Brady that's at this level, right? We can't go any lower. They don't want to do phonics. They want to do Picaro, but they're not at the level of actually reading, and they can string very few words together, right? Not a train smash at all. Just keep it minimal. You're going to read it to them, and you're going to get them to repeat. So, hello, let them repeat it. My name is Anne. This is Anne. Her name is Anne. My name is Kyle. What's your name? Anne. Kyle. I'm Kyle. What's your name? And then they'll say John or Kate or Marion. If they don't, well, you should know their name anyway, right? So then just pop a, wow. My name is John. Your name is John. Can you repeat for me? My name is John. Yeah, great work. Trophy time. Yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. And then just pump it up, right? So one, extend it as much as possible, right? Use those 3 questions at the beginning. It'll make life so much easier. It'll give you a gauge of where he is, right? Start adding in colors and shapes. And actually, no, not necessarily shapes. It's a little bit further on. Colors and fruits and animals and all that, just to gauge where they are, and then make a decision from there. Okay, perfect. We need to move up. Move to colors. We need to stay here, but we need to simplify it. Well, simplify it as much as you possibly can. And again, I'll still extend to a certain extent to the point of me going, apple, apple. I like apples. I eat. Apples, yeah. And then see if they can get the question in or the answer and say, well, I like apples. I don't like apples. And then just move it on. Bam. My name is Wham. How are you? Now, this one, I wouldn't even bother with the fine and you. It's a little bit difficult, especially with the Brady's that aren't actually at that level. I'll stick to my feelings. Happy, angry, tired, right? Is Draco happy? Draco. I'll still do the same thing right there and then, okay? Now, once we get through that, this part I generally skip most of the time. Why? Because I find a lot of Brady's find this super difficult unless they are clued up, right? And then I'll get them to start unjumbling the words and all that. Which word comes first? And I'll do it for them, right? Put a 1 on top of how. Bam, I can't do it now, but I'll put a 1. So that one comes first. What word comes second? How, you, put a 2. Are, put a 3. No. What word comes second? How, 1. What word comes second? What could it be? Ooh, there we go. And then how, yeah. And then what's the third word? So we've got how, are, and now what's next? What's number 3? What could it be? And you, right? So that's generally how it started unjumbling, okay? Now, if we go straight to colors, right? Very first thing is matching it up. Now, just to sort of touch on this, whether they can or can't use the classroom tools, it's not a train smash at all. The main thing is that they're matching the word to the actual color. Now, how do I do this if they can't use the tools, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Numbers next to it. Red. What number is red? 3. Ah, that is great. But can you say it in a full sentence? Red is number 3, or number 3 is red. But what happens if they can't recognize numbers? That is a good question. So let's do this. highlight red, bam, can't do it now, but just watch where I'm clicking, and go, is this red or this one? Is it this one, arrow? Yes or no? No. Is it this one? Yes or no? Yeah, great work. Trophy time. Yeah. And then carry on going down the list like that. So use numbers, use your arrows, use the classroom tools to your advantage, okay? If they are amazing, well, they don't even have to have the numbers. They can just go, cool, red is the first one, white is the fifth one. Sorry, red is the third one, not the first one, that's green. Ooh. Blue is the fourth one, and then just carry on going down the line if they are at their level. If not, like I said, use numbers, use your arrows, use the classroom tools as much as you possibly can. And then go down the list. Wham, bam, 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 bam. Yeah. And then generally, if they get all of that right, what I tend to do is, can you find something green? And I'll highlight the green. And then I'll whip out my green card. I've actually kind of lost my green one. I can't seem to find it. I've got all my other colors here. But I just can't find the green one. I've got to make another one. Right? And then I'll go, can you find something green? And I'll actually get up from my chair, go look for something, bring something back to the screen. This is green. Can you find it? Again, sometimes they don't always get it. Other times they do get it. Again, it's not a train smash. They can't just move on. Okay, that's great. Let's move on to something a little bit easier and then move to something else. Or you find the objects yourself and ask them if they know what it is. So what color is this? Ah, black. And what is it? And they kind of giggle and I go, yeah, it's a hat. Do you like my hat? Wow, me too. It's a black hat. Can you find something that's black? And then because I did it first, well, now they'll obviously find it as well, right? And actually, that's what I was saying. If they can't find anything, you find them and ask them what the color is and what object it actually is and get them to string those sentences in, right? And then they can go, I have a green pen, I have a blue pencil, and then so on and so forth, right? So jumping to animals, right? So there's just one thing I just want to mention right now is, and I've mentioned this before, but stick to a maximum of 2 jumps. And the reason why I say that is because it makes it look unprofessional. You do a little bit over here, you jumped over here. You did a little bit over there, you jumped over here. You did a little bit over there, and you went, oh, wow, hold on, wait a minute, jump back over here. Right? It just looks or comes across a tad bit unprofessional. So stick to a maximum of 2 jumps and then complete the section before you jump again. So what I mean by that is I go, hello. Well, he does this amazingly well. Let's jump to colors. Ooh, this is still too easy. We did a page. Jump to, say, animals, right? Now I've done 2 jumps. Don't do any more. Finish animals. Ooh, he's still too smart for this. Once you're at the end of the animal section, then you can go brand new section because 1, the Brady doesn't know what's next, and 2, you can pretty much put, well, whatever you want next because the Brady doesn't know what's next, okay? So jump twice, bam, and then finish the next section and then jump again. And that could be any order. Say hello, jump, finish colors, right? Jump to animals. Ooh, this is too easy. Jump to the next section, which I think is, I want to say transport, but I'm not sure. Ooh, which is numbers, and then finish numbers before you decide to jump again. But by that time, well, it should be the end of the taster, okay? So just to recap on everything. Ask those 3 questions at the beginning. It gives a gauge of how smart your Brady is and where you should actually start. Do a maximum of 2 jumps, right? Then finish the section and then jump again if you need to. Always extend first, okay? Why? Because it gives that gauge of where your Brady is, okay? And if he can't do that, well, now you know you need to pull in the reins a little bit and get it a little bit more simpler, right? Or make it less complicated. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I will catch you on the flip side. See you later.